Hey guys, welcome back to Music Talk with John. Coming at you late night. All is quiet. Everyone's asleep. It's a long day. We're all tired from the holidays and everything. So I'm just kicking back, a little drinky drink, and I've got some albums here to show you some recent pickups. Start off with a little inspiration, right? Some of these I just went for it. Some of them I already knew. The first one here is I went to a thrift store recently over in the Largo area, and I found this. Now, I've heard of Herbie Mann before, flute player, jazz guy, and then he teamed up with, and there's no way I'm going to pronounce this name, it's Gilberto. I'm going to go with that, but I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I'd kind of heard of both of these guys before, and I don't know if this Gilberto guy was involved with the girl from Ipanema, but I just picked it up. This thing was like a buck or two, and it's, it looks a little rough, but actually the vinyl itself is in pretty good shape. Pretty damn clean. I don't know if you can see it there, but it's clean. It's on the Atlantic label. I played it today. It was nice. It was a pretty mellow album. Some vocals on there. And the whole album just flowed. It was just a nice album to put on when you're kind of just chilling out and don't want anything too crazy going on. I think this is a good album for that, so I'm actually glad I picked this up. It was just like on a whim kind of thing, grab it and go. So wish somebody hadn't written on it. It's a shame that somebody just decided to do that, but it plays well. It had a couple little pops in there, but I don't know how old this album is. Is there a date, anything on it? I don't see anything. Actually, there's this came all the way from, looks like, Winnetka, Illinois. But this was somebody in Illinois. They had their little label right there with their name on it. So I have their album now. So I made it all the way down here. It's not uncommon, I guess, because a lot of people end up in Florida, retired, and then we end up with their records. So yeah, it's good album. Not I can't really point any songs out yet because I'm not that familiar with the album, but I put on the whole thing and enjoyed it. So I look forward to spending more time with it. Next was a late purchase record store day. I didn't pick it up on record store day, but I found it later because it was kind of lingering, and I knew I wanted this, and like, why don't you pick it up, and blah blah blah, and we finally got it. So it's the Mingus album, and it's on 180 gram vinyl, and it was on like some pretty blue vinyl. Kind of goes with the front cover a little bit, a little lighter than the front cover. This did have some noise on it, but I would say the noise was right at the beginning of each side. So when it was quiet, it's coming in, you have some little pops in there. So I don't know if that's just new static or whatever. But once it started playing and got deeper into the album towards the center, everything was fine. So I enjoyed this all the way through. It's Mingus, and I'm starting to enjoy his work. And so I'm just glad I picked this one up. Again, I can't really pick out a song on this. It did get a little wilder in there than Mingus, and I thought this was a pretty early album. You get some, I don't want to say freestyle jazz, but it got a little aggressive in there, I guess you could say. I don't know. But it was good. I liked it, so I'm glad I picked that up. Next one, a friend of mine was over at Target the other day, and they're like, hey man, they got these albums marked down. I'm like, oh, send me a picture. And in the picture was this one right here. This is one I've been looking at for a while. Always been interested in this. I know there's a big box set on this that has like 8 albums or something crazy. But this is usually like 35 bucks or so. It's a double album, and they had it marked down to $11. So I'm like, please grab it. It has a couple little, nothing crazy. It's just the corners are dinged just a little bit. But overall, this thing plays really nice. It's a little gatefold right there. And I always enjoyed this movie, and I always liked the soundtrack. And couple of songs, like I'm like, oh, I kind of know who these people are, and I kind of know, but then kind of maybe know that title. But once I played it, I'm like, oh, I know these songs. Okay, cool. And it goes anywhere from, it starts off with that Brenton Wood song into Iggy and the Stooges. You have Neil Young, you have Elton John, and that scene on the bus where they're all just burned out and tired. Kid wants to go home, and then she says, "You are home."
I have to go home.
You are home.
They all sing along, so actually the vocals from the movie are in here and a little bit of that dialogue. Usually I don't like that on my album, but I like what they did with that here when they added the dialogue and had them singing along. Because if you've seen the movie, it kind of works. But yeah, great double album, and they went with these colors here on her glasses, like this pink and purple here. They went with that as far as the album color. And they did do a good job. They put it in these nice polylined sleeves. So there's the purple. But this is just a killer compilation. This is a good one to put on. Gets a little heavy in places, but it's a good rock album. Even the Stillwater songs I really like. They made it true to the times. So there's your two colors right there. So just the whole album works. I don't think there's a dud on it. So I'm very, very happy with this. You know, saving 20 bucks, over 20 bucks or so. So thanks to Scott out there. And thank you Target for lowering that price. But again, it has Brenton Wood with the Oogum Boogum song. I'm like, I have no idea. Then you play it and go, I know that song.
Boogum, 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 boogum now, baby, your cast news still on.
Simon and Garfunkel America, Amazing Journey, Sparks, The Who, Search and Destroy Iggy and the Stooges. So it just goes on. I've Seen All Good People. So you have that Yes song. That's The Way, Led Zeppelin. So, and there was a Future Games. Fleetwood Mac, and I really like that. So I gotta really check out this early Fleetwood Mac. I'm missing a lot of stuff there, so I really gotta take my time and check these guys out. So we have a new year coming, so might do that. Then pick this bad boy up. I'm on a Hendrix kick lately, and this was just awesome. I love this concert. When you listen to the second album, and it starts with the Star Spangled Banner, and he's just showing how freaking good he is, and the control he has over that guitar, and he cranks into Star Spangled Banner. And it blends right into Purple Haze, so it's killer. And then the last side, second album, last side, Voodoo Child and the Sunshine of Your Love back into Voodoo Child was just great. But yeah, Red House is killer too. Great version of that on here. So this, I really like this. It sounds good. There wasn't a pop on it. It was just perfect. I think we're just on, yeah, it's on black vinyl, but it has, you know, good cover, record cover on their sleeve cover. And there's a little book in here. They're doing a really good job with this Hendrix stuff, and it's making it, I don't know, it's just really cool to get into his stuff. But I mean, that's just a killer picture. He just had control. A friend of mine was saying that he just cranked his amp up to 10 and controlled everything through his volume pedal, or through his the volume knob on his guitar. So this guy he was like one with the guitar. The more you listen to him and get into him, you might not be in all the squealing and craziness that he gets into, but I don't know, if you give it a chance, I think it would grow on you. Because I was younger, I always liked guitar, but I always thought Hendrix just got too out there. But I think he's definitely growing on me. And there's a structure there. There's always something. It's not just making noise. He's going somewhere with it when he does it. So I don't know. I'm just on a big Hendrix kick now. Look at that killer picture. So it took me long enough to really get into him. I've always kind of had some CDs, the major 3 albums, but you know, finally I'm getting into it, and I'm building my Hendrix collection. I think I have some really good stuff right now. Another one I picked up at that thrift store was this P.F.M. I've only heard it a couple times, but I played it in my ear pods and when I saw it in a store, and I liked it. So it's called Chocolate Kings. From Under, Harlequin, Chocolate Kings, Out of the Roundabout, and Paper Charms. But I've got to listen to it again. It's an album I have to get familiar with, but I do like the sound of it. I know I sound kind of vague, but I'm still learning it. But it was in really good shape, and it really had very few pops on it, and which is surprising because of the condition of this. I mean, the cover's falling apart. It's been through the cutout bin. This sucker's been everywhere. You can see it cut out right there through here. There's a split at the top, and somehow this album has just made it through all of that and come out sounding pretty good. I'm having a hard time getting it in, so we'll take care of that later. And then the last one I picked up here, kind of on a Neil Young kick, you know, a little bit back there. I did the Harvest 50-year anniversary, and I was like, okay, I'm done buying all these Neil Young live albums. It's just too much. But I saw this one, and the songs on it were right there in that era, and I'm like, okay, maybe one more of the Harvest. And After the Gold Rush, you have On the Way Home, Tell Me Why, Old Man, Journey Through the Past, Cowgirl in the Sands, that's his earlier album, Heart of Gold, A Man Needs a Maze, Sugar Mountain, Don't Let It Bring You Down, Love in Mind, Needle and the Damage Done, Ohio, See the Sky About to Rain, I Am a Child, and Dance, Dance, Dance.
Feel it all around you, dance, dance, dance.
So I'm like, man, I just did that Harvest video, and I'm like, saw this, and I'm like, I kind of got to get it, don't I? But I like what he did with it. See how he kind of aged it, and it looks like it has record ring on it. So he went ahead and took care of that for you. So as this ages, it's already built in for you. And he did the same thing on the back. So I think that's neat. It seems like Neil's having fun with this, going through this old music and releasing it. And I haven't listened to this one yet, but I look forward to it. He did the same thing on the inside. You can kind of see the record ring on there. So, and it's on this Shaky Pictures Records, which is funky right there. The Harvest DVD started, the DVD that came in the Harvest box set started with this little thing. Wonder if Daryl Hannah had a part in that, because I know she's doing a lot of film and stuff for him now. So anyway, that's my recent grabs. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you know anything about these albums, definitely comment and tell me about them. There's some stuff in here again that's very new to me, but I'm kind of just grabbed it on a whim, and I know I'm happy that I did. So that's what I have for you. So again, leave some comments and all that stuff, and until next time, I hope you guys enjoy your music, and you take care out there. All right, bye.